Climate change is causing sea ice to shrink, pushing polar bears further inland in search of food, and that is increasing the chances of a dangerous encounter with humans. So experts are turning to artificial intelligence to help spot the animals as they approach communities. It's called Bear-dar, and it's the brainchild of Polar Bears International. Now it's been deployed in the Canadian Arctic for the first time. Albert Becker is one of the people behind this. He's a research support specialist for Polar Bears International. Albert, good morning.
Good morning.
As we join you, I want to show people the footage which shows Bear-dar's first confirmed polar bear detection at the site. And maybe you can explain to us why it is significant what we're seeing, as there's a solitary polar bear being tracked by a camera here.
Yeah, this is a sighting from a few weeks ago in Eureka. It's very high in the Arctic in Nunavut on Ellesmere Island. And Environment and Climate Change Canada has a weather station there that's been operating for decades. And one of the things that we're trying to help with and that they're concerned about is station staff going out to do their measurements and their tasks on their own, or being surprised if a polar bear walks into camp because they are in polar bear territory. And so this is a camera and radar system detecting the polar bear on the landscape, and then turning and finding it with the camera, and then notifying the staff in the building of, hey, you should come take a look at this. So we're just trying to give them a heads-up warning that bears are in the area.
And how does this differ from what previously existed?
Previously, they didn't have a radar or camera there for this, and so it would just be human observation, which they have staff who are trained for. They're very familiar with the area, but you can only look in so many directions at once.
Let's talk about deterrence, because once detected, there is this effort to deter, and it involves trucks.
Yeah, so they definitely don't want the bears to get used to coming into the station. They want to deter them, put them back out onto the sea ice where they want to be hunting seals. That's really what the bears are eager to be doing. And so they could get into trucks, and the bears are not used to humans in this area, very different than other areas of the Arctic. And they cleared out and did not want to be around the trucks, and so they could just follow them at a good distance, and the bears could be steered back out onto the ice. And so it's definitely a trying to keep humans and bears separate and both of them safe sort of situation.
I mean, I'm looking at these images, and it's a polar bear, I'm presuming with her cubs, 2 cubs.
Yeah.
From a distance, they look, I mean, quite cute. Up close, it's a different story. Yeah.
Yeah, they are quite cute, and they are also quite healthy. They all look like they're very well fed. They just came off a seal kill the day before that they found the seal site after the bears came near the station. And then because they were aware where the bears were, the staff could also use the camera and follow the bears and keep track of them. And they saw that they got another seal the next day. So these bears are very healthy, living well in their environment. But yeah, they are very cute, but you don't want to be right next to them.
There are a number of communities in Nunavut. Could some others benefit from Bear-dar in the future?
Yeah, so one of the points from Polar Bears International is that they're trying to provide tools for people who live anywhere near polar bears so that we can keep both bears and people safe. Bear-dar specifically is well suited to somewhere that's a fixed location like this weather station, where we know exactly where we don't want the bears to be in this specific facility. So a whole town or a large number of buildings that are spread out might be a bit more difficult, but then there are other tools that we could offer for those areas. And so it's really about education and empowering people that they can live in areas around bears, awareness and taking action. You can keep everybody safe.
Got it. Albert, thank you so much for taking us through it.
Yeah, no worries.
That's Albert Becker. And we'll continue to watch some of these polar bears outside the Eureka weather station run by Environment and Climate Change in the far north in Nunavut, right here in Canada.